Hello and welcome back to Disco Elysium. We are at the top of the failed electrical building. Our suspect is in there. We have done pretty much everything else on the map. So the only thing left to do is go inside and then find a way to let Kim in. Let's see. What's it got to say about itself? You can go a little quicker. The central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. Oh, good. Well, at least there's nothing too crazy going on here. Ooh, what's this? Stones fall. It's a long way down. Okay, inside the building we go. We've gone in without backup. It definitely feels like it's going to be one of these police movies where, oh no, we have to go in without backup. We're confronting the suspect. The suspect's about to kill us, and then, all of a sudden, Kim appears out of nowhere through the window, saves us with the cavalry. The glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. This a postcard, Martinez 98. Okay, downstairs we go. Further down. So we're now in the basement. The music's got tense. You should take out your flashlight. The collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. Said we should take out our torch. Well, torch instead of sword, I guess. Antiquated office furniture. Last century, maybe? Brought down and forgotten so long ago. This overturned table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Oh, there's Kim. Okay, I can just let him in here. Two rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while. Who's there? What do you mean who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me get this door open. Okay. It's much easier from this side. The panels on the rails, the panels? It's much easier from this side. The panels on the rails, once you dust the sand off. With the help of your partner from the other side, the doors open with a creak. I hope no one dangerous heard that. You ready? Yes, time to investigate these passages. Let's move quiet and not make any more sound. Not running is a great way to do that. Okay. So single click is what it's suggesting. Walk. Be careful. Old file folders in the cart. Documents silvery with mold. Still unfined ruby. A series of thick, dusty panes of glass. This isn't just glass, these are old computation components. Are these computer components? These are computer components? Yes, filament memories from a time when wires were cast in glass slides with an inlaid nervous system. How did they do that and why? The how was a closely guarded secret, something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know. The why is easy, because they hadn't come up with modern silicon-based systems yet. For vitreous cast filament memories, though, these seemed incredibly advanced. Hey Kim, look, old cybernetics. Lieutenant tilts his head, watching the light glimmer on the glass. So it is. I think these used to form a single system, slotted into the wall. This is all that remains of failed R&D? He nods. The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean. Could this be part of the failed playback experiment? These are old filament memories. I hope you're not expecting to find that device here. You will be disappointed. All you will find here is pain. Thank you, my inner voice. Inland Empire. Ooh, intersolary suit jacket. Gives us... Oh, I was told not to run. Gives us suggestion. Oh, that auto-saved. Okay, interesting. In the beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. How do I get there? Ooh, like that. Okay. Stale fabric smell and dust. No one slept here in months, maybe years. This another communist figure? Oh yeah. Revolutionary's hat that gives +1 to Mazovian socio-economics. I gotta wear the hat, you know. A muted brown suit jacket, perfect for a day at the office or an evening at a cafe. The red rose at the bottom of the left breast pocket is slowly wilting. And Yushanka with the Mazovian logo, a pair of deer antlers on its silvery white front. Your ears feel cuddled and cared for by the state. This hat is so soft, so warm, it wraps around your head, and your mind tingles with all manner of socio-economic theory. This is a Yushanka, right? Krasmazov would have worn this Yushanka. Mazov knew where to cook these thoughts. That's why it bears a Mazovian logo. Glory to the revolution, comrade. Whether you like it or not, wearing this hat has made you more communist. Okay. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed, ancient flyers and brochures. These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs. The same slit window you saw from the outside. Oh. Krasmazov portrait. A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There's a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait. Let's brush the dust off the portrait. Years worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample mustache and sideburns, look a bit silly. Look, Kim, it's Comrade Mazov. Yes, I can see that. Looks like some communists were hiding out here. They left a long time ago. Lieutenant does not seem to share your enthusiasm. A long time ago? How long? Half a century. This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. He looks around. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted. What's with all these secret weapon caches and secret bunkers? We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in the rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers. A good hiding place for someone who's up to no good. Could it be connected to the Mazov bust we found in the students' room? Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff. Maybe I should move in here. Seems cozy. I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case. Could someone really have... could someone have stopped through here recently? He looks at the dust. You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history. Okay, well, I'll take my 5 XP and leave then. No, walk. We were told to walk and I keep running everywhere. It's a habit, okay? I'll try not to. What's this? Footprints in the sand. One of the soles appears to be more worn than the others. Okay. What was that here? There's something in the air, an unnatural buzzing. Yep. It's getting louder. The tunnel collapsed, you'll have to find another way around. Oh, okay. That buzzing related to the silent patch, you reckon? Could be. Just trying to look everywhere. It's getting louder. The buzzing sound. This is going to be the pail, right? There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell. Lieutenant, do you feel something? No, what do you mean? pain, a strange tingling. I don't feel it, but... He looks ahead, beyond the arch. We should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh. I saw them too, footprints with the right sole worn smooth. Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully. What do you mean? He lowers his voice. Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do. We'll set in motion events we'll have no control over. You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize. This part of town is a fine clockwork puzzle. Disturb its peace and it will start breaking down uncontrollably. Keep calm, go over the whole situation in detail. This is the point of no return, I think, is what it's saying. It's saying once you do this, everything in town will change, so if you want to do anything, go now. We've met the Union leader, but we haven't got any information from him. Maybe we should talk to him more first? You're right. Well, however corrupt he may be, nothing happens in Martinez without him knowing. We might have to dirty our hands, but... in this case, we can't afford to be squeaky clean. We know that Joyce knows things about the murder, but I may have other things to discuss with her. Ah, yes. There won't be time for that once things go down. Matter of fact, I don't think there's time for it now, but... if you must. We've checked the boy with Clache's documents. I want to hear her take on why it was empty before. Okay, why not? Whatever goes down might affect her. The Union is watching her closely now. We can't talk to her. Not closely enough, you suspect, but still, a good idea to visit her once more. We can't because we arrested her. How bad do you think things could get? Well, we're not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground. He smiles in the dark. Let's try not to worry, he thinks. If you can't predict, there's nothing you could have done. What do you think is waiting for us there? I think I see a cavern. Lieutenant's whisper echoes down the tunnel. Maybe more cellars. I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise. I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking. Or maybe not. He puts his hand to his holster. Either way, once we go deeper, there's no turning back. Oh, wow. Well, we didn't get to sing karaoke, but we have to go in. What I'm wondering this whole time, right, is the church, right? The fact that we can do the thing, but we don't know what the pale is. Was there a way of finding out what the pale is? And if yes, is there a way of... if no, to finding out what the pale is, does this make this bit easier? Or does this give us an answer to what's happening in here? Oh, I don't know. We don't have any more logic to get. We have no skill point. So we can't do it anyway. So we just gotta go. I think. I've created a save. Let's create an... Can I rename the save? No. Well, we'll save it again. I'm ready to go. The point of no return is here. We get something that gives us logic. I'm so turning back. A concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. Money. Well, at least we still need money. More money. Okay. Maybe that's in case you need to buy something. Just trying to analyze why they would give you money here if this is the point of no return. There are paintings. Is that a ruby? Ruby. The instigator. Suddenly your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain like you've never felt before. Through the static you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
She says the shadowy figure by the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to. doesn't wish to hurt you, not according to your ear canals. No, wait, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways. Don't cover my ears. That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience, way worse than all the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain, focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest. You're under arrest.
Really now? Check this out.
She turns the dial in her hand. Keep yourselves alive. You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain. What's happening to me?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
It's the explosion of static you're hearing. It's the Ulan frequency. Blasted from that pale emitter Fat Angus mentioned. I saw your equations. It's the Ulan frequency.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. Though I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
Bzzz 136841. Bzzz 37891303. Bzzz bzzz. You should probably check on Kim. That's what good partners do. Let's look back at Kim.
Right behind you, officer.
Eyes closed, Lieutenant is doubled over. He's still alive and breathing.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pail more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pail, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pail. People lose their minds in just a few years.
Sounds like she knew someone who used to man one of these stations, but she won't tell you about her. Boy, you're one empathetic police officer to have guessed even that right now.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
He gestures towards something with great effort.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you might be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you might just get an opportunity to break loose. Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. Seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
What's this goddamn pail anyway?
The pail? It's the end of the world.
How did you get your hands on this thing?
I built it myself.
She nods towards her torture device. And she's proud of it too, as she ought to. This is way beyond your abilities.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, way beyond.
She studies her death rate and the law officials trapped in it. Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like walking out of a very confusing dream.
Is 3, 4, 2, 4, 5, 5, 7, 9, 7. Terra Calis. His. Palun. Ara ul. Omete. Ni. Pilves. Omete ni pilves. Mutudrek. Z. 446 45 448 29. His. This is great and all, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
She thinks of you as hunters, not cops, and herself merely as prey. Please could you turn it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
2 3 6 1 8 9 2 1. If you're looking for a deal on mattresses, speed referral 2 3 5 6 7 3 2 9 7 1 0 4 7 3 0 2 8 1 9 Oh, Rosaline, oh, Rosaline.
Damn this!
God damn it.
She regards you and Kim with sudden sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
Probably ours. She steps reluctantly out of the shadows. The pain lessens. She's carrying a 2-barrel front loader. Remain careful. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Just keep her talking and you'll get through this. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time. Okay. How did you know where we're coming? I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while. By hiding bullets under floorboards? Ah, so you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised. Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed. She didn't rat you out, by the way. Isabel, the washerwoman. So nice. She smiles a little smile. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back. As opposed to the other knives she's finding there now. Hardy, for one. You're desperate, aren't you? I was, before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now. That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit. Did you shoot Lily? No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No. She hesitates. He wouldn't have broken first. When I threatened to arrest her, Flachet broke. She told me everything. Oh, she smiles sadly. Well, I guess I always knew she was a survivor above all else. I'm gonna say nothing. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me? Your first guess wasn't entirely off. Titus and his boys, ma'am. They told us you were on the coast. She pauses, taking it in. Well, fuck. And those guys liked me. I know it. If this is what happens to people whom people like. A dull despair is creeping into her voice. You feel something in your chest. An unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw. So I'm guessing this is bad. Oh, very, very, very bad. This is the end bad. I'm going to try and remain conscious. All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark, you don't even see your face like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear. Cop suffers final heart attack. Okay, well... Okay. Well, we know where we need to get up to. We know how to get there. I'm not going to go and change what I was doing, because I think that we don't need to. We can carry on as we were carrying on. Right. Let's go.
I know you're feeling... Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really
I'm going
hoping
to cover
not
my ears
to make
this
your
time.
acquaintance. But...
Nobody,
here we
that's not
are.
going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience, way worse than all the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest. You're under arrest.
Really now?
Right.
Check this out.
Yeah, heal up. What's happened to me?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor.
Yep.
You and your saw
Ulan
my
frequencies.
equation.
Look back at Kim.
The pale latitude signals are relayed across
Right.
the
At the
upper
you had all
limit
that.
is the large prime
What's the pale? How did you
I
get your
built it
hands on the
myself.
thing?
That's illegal.
Oh yeah. Wait,
Will it stay like
no.
this forever?
Once I shut down
Have
the
you experienced the compressor?
I stuck my head in there before using
This
it
is
on
great
you.
and all, but let's talk about the man who's
let's not
killed.
talk
She
about
says
that.
not
If
to
you've
do
got
that.
something really
Right.
Damn.
goddamn fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
How did you know we were coming? By hiding bullets. Okay, this is fine. You're desperate, aren't you? Destroy the machine. Let's skip the did you shoot Lily. Destroy the machine. Did we just fail? Or did we succeed? The violent white noise becomes even more overwhelming closer to the compressor. It feels like your brain is swelling up in your skull. Hold still and try to have an apocalyptic vision. Well, that's us dead. Heart attack. Help someone, let it all go. So close. Okay. Well, back in. Well, this is definitely, yeah. Oh, that tells you how to spell it. Say clash. It's classier. Classier. I wasn't that far off. I hadn't actually noticed it told you how to say her name.
I know you
so good.
can't say it's a pleasure, officer.
It doesn't matter whether we cover or not, so we'll stick with what I went for originally.
Really now? Check this out.
Right, what's
I'm
happening
using
to
a pale
me?
latitude compressor. Saw my equations?
Look back at
Pale
Kim.
signals are related.
So,
Precise.
Right.
The upper limit is the large pale. I built it myself.
that's
Yeah,
illegal.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Will it stay like this forever?
Once I shut down the
Have
compressor,
you experienced the
yeah,
compressor?
I stuck my. Yeah, let's not talk about that shit.
You need to turn
You've
it
got
down.
Something real.
Then
Goddamn fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
Alright, how did you know we were coming? By hiding bullets. You're desperate, aren't you? Right. Do I try it again? Let's say I can't take it anymore, just go. It's the only option we haven't gone for. Glad to have been of assistance, she tosses her head back defiantly and turns down the machine. Best of luck to you, officers. Revichal's a bitch. The woman runs past you and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel. Is that the end? All things considered, Lieutenant is still reeling from the pain. That could have gone worse. Wait, shouldn't we go after her? No, I don't think she did it. She's someone else's case now. It's too late now anyway. She's gone. What now? Now we have to come up with a really good excuse for why we walked into a trap like that. This isn't going to look good on the report. He looks around, then turns further into the cavern. Or a tent. Maybe there's something there. Okay. Well, interesting. I'm going to create another save here. I don't know whether we want to come back here, but I'm interested in keeping the save. It's also not the end right now then. But I think that was the correct choice, was just to ditch it. Cooking utensils, she's prepared herself porridge with bananas. 3 health. Wonderful. I'm not going to use them right away, but useful. Dark water trails into the distance. There is no way out. Okay. The tent. The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out. Look inside. Okay. The tent looks old but well maintained. Was it our alcohol? I think it was our alcohol that ran out that time, and then it lowered our health down to nothing. That's probably why we died randomly. Got it. The tent looks old but well maintained. In the darkness of a tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils and some books, and a kerosene lamp. It reeks of cigarettes. Let's shine our flashlight on the books. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover, on another a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines. Lieutenant peeks in over your shoulder. See anything? Shift through the magazines. Riga Monthly, Journal of Material Science, more technological digest. One of the magazines doesn't even have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook. A notebook. You pocket the worn brown leather journal. A trusted friend left behind. We should read this immediately, like now. Right now. Okay. So we found the journal. Let's read it. It's a journal with a brown leather cover and the brand name Schlener embossed on the back. It seems to have served as a loyal friend to a lonely traveler. Actually, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to equip the sword just so that, yeah. Just so that we don't have the light going all around when I'm moving. A thick journal. The cover is worn, like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. Let's examine the cover. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name. Schneller. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects and engineers. She's got good taste and must have taken whatever she recorded here seriously. Let's unwind the strap. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. Study the handwriting. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently, many phrases and even paragraphs that have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins. Let's flip through the pages. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated. It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this. What kind of logistics? Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions. There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this. What are the diagrams of? Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor. Sketches, calculations of distance and density. Make out a familiar spiral shape. Anything personal? Oh, the familiar spiral shape might be related to the spiral from the church. Like with the silence thing. Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. How far back do the entries go? The first entry is from August the 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable. Okay. I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. So she didn't want to be in the drug trade, I guess? What did she write the day Lily died? Nothing on March the 4th. March the 5th, though? Well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault, except... Well, but that's another matter entirely. She is referring to betraying her previous employer. Does this suggest he did it in self-defense? What's the most recent entry? The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave her alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning. I don't think she killed the mercenary. It's mostly a gut feeling, though, since we let her walk out without hearing her side of the story. We couldn't hear her side of the story, Kim, because we would have died. That would be a first or fourth, but who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely does anyone actually get framed. If she didn't do it, then maybe it's good that we didn't catch her. I wouldn't go so far to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than with us. Who do you think killed the merc? Lashye was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Maybe she was trying to steer us away from herself, or... He stops to think. I don't know. Either way, we should go back to the Whirling, see if we can find out more about our time there. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the Whirling in rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it. Okay. Interesting. We're not quite done yet. I'm gonna march out here with my sword. Obviously. It's a good way to keep us safe. We can leave out the quick way as well, because Kim opened it up. Well, we opened it up with Kim. So was it this way? Yeah. It feels kind of anticlimactic. Like, it was pretty cool, the pale emitter, but it feels like we didn't quite get what we wanted out of it. But that was mainly because we got into that trap. I'm trying to think what the other option would have been to have gone in without Kim. That would have allowed us to have got in without triggering the trap. If we'd walked in without Kim, no trap would have been triggered. Because she wouldn't have known we were there. Element of surprise, maybe? Anyway, I want to go to the church because we should have a +10 on this logic check. Right, there we go.
Yes, what is it?
Pale unknown? We know about the pale, though. Okay, well, I guess not. Interesting. So how would we know about the pail? Well, I guess we just have to head back to the whirling. I feel like we missed something. Maybe that guy we were meant to speak to after 9 o'clock actually knew something. I don't think he did, but maybe he knew more than it was letting on. See, I'm worried we don't have all the facts, so we might not end up with the best ending, but we'll end up with our ending. I think, from my standpoint, I wanted an ending with Kim in it, so that's where we're at. We could speak to Joyce as well, but I think we're heading this way. Back to the whirling. I think having the sword out makes me feel better as well. I wonder if I had the sword out during that conversation, whether that would have made a difference. Be like, hey, yeah, you may have the pale emitter, but I have a sword and I'm going to stab you with it. Maybe that would have changed things. Although she did have a gun. Stop. Just stop. Stop. She's just up ahead. Danger. What you have isn't enough. You need more firepower. A ranged weapon. Statistically speaking, sabers have proven to be rather ineffective against military technology. I'm not sure I feel ready for what lies ahead. Lieutenant frowns. Then you better get ready, he says, and quickly adds, whatever happens, I've got your back. Well, I don't have a ranged weapon, so let's go. I never got my gun back. Oh.
I'm all out of shit to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Put your goddamn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through, alright?
Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm. Kim, what's going on here? Shh. Lieutenant raises his left hand.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kept is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone caught here.
You all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fella?
Peaceful?
It sounds like the armored figure is weeping. Who's saying that? Oh, the one at the left. Oh, wow. Okay.
Nest in your abdominal cavity, like a little wired mouse.
The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something like this?
Lieutenant points to the helmeted figure. Lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult with him before getting in there. What do we do?
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
The big one is the mercenary at the gates.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
Sound strategy. He's the leader. We're out of time. This is...
The Mercenary Tribunal.
The lieutenant nods. Stop. This is the police. Okay.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
He licks his lips, waving his gun at the crowd. Losing his balance for a moment, he staggers backwards. Drunk, maybe? I think he calmed down a bit.
Big fuck!
It's the only word you can make out. It doesn't sound calm. I can see you're drunk.
Oh yeah, welcome to the fucking party. You're probably gonna get killed too. I don't give a shit if you're cops.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. You feel your fists contract as you stand there between all these men, all carrying real weapons. You really should have a gun in your hand by now or something dangerous. This feels scary. No, it's okay. Soften him up and trust the others to attack if it comes to that. Make him talk. Present an argument. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out. Get under his skin. I don't know about this getting under his skin. He'll only get under yours. I'm barely keeping you together here. This is it. Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have and move down from that, please. And think of an argument. Or I can talk about the hanged man. Okay. Let's go straight into it. I know we could do this. Actually, let's say, who is that? I didn't know you had a third guy. Rudd is the killer. The armored woman smiles a victorious smile. Rudd, the killer. Hon Quolin. He doesn't talk much. All of you fucking cunts inside out. What was that, Rudd? Rip you open. The killer? The gunner. He gestures towards himself. The raddest. He nods towards the woman. The killer. He points to the figure clad entirely in ceramic plate. What do you think he does? There on the rim of Hoin Clowen's helmet, you count little stick figures. 19, 20, 21. Count the figures. About 50 little stick figures, all of them black, plus 2 little white ones in the end. These men served in Seminine, the native islanders. The 2 little white figures at the end are from when they moved to Revachol. They're recent. Kills black people almost exclusively? That's right. He stares at you with watery eyes. Plenty of kips here in Revachol too. T, let's fucking do it. The man presses through his teeth. His hand is on his belt. Jane? Listen, they didn't do it. Yeah, who did then? It was someone else, someone who's not here now. Oh, fucking convenient. He gives you a drunken stare, then puts his hand on the gun. His fingers are twitching, that's a draw reflex, he's about to draw. It could have been one of them. Actually, they are here. It was one of you. One of us? You're same way. There's a dangerous gleam in his eye. What if I just shoot one of your pals here right now, huh? He points his gun at Elizabeth. How about the kids? Go ahead, tell me we fucking killed our own colonel one more time. Listen, please. She raises both hands. This cop and this drumhead court-martial won't decide who. Think. Why doesn't he believe me? The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him all together. Titus said, "We took him out the back. We hanged him." He said it loud in a public place. Listen, he was shot. He wasn't hanged. Listen to me. You're lying. DePaul heard it. He doesn't move the weapon. You heard the wrong, the lieutenant shouts. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter. The hanging was only a cover-up. Listen. Fucking liars. He pulls the trigger. A plume of smoke erupts from the muzzle of his gun. The shot rings in your ears, a low, tinny ring, then the Hardy Boys yell something. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head, crashing a small pane of the glass window behind her. The man looks at his revolver and smiles. Oh, missed. I know what I heard, Corty. The radio operator looks at him. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end a Sunday night. That doesn't sound good. You need to change the topic now or there'll be another shot. What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call. Okay. Let's go for a suggestion. Let's talk about the hanged man. Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it. I knew you weren't a goddamn scab leader. Yeah, I don't fucking act so well. Lily had an hard-on for making faces for you natives. Fucking food aid shit. He wipes his mouth. That shit is done now. Trigger time. Who are you, Corty? Sergeant Major Roll Courtenaire reported in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground. He points at the whirling in rags. As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his armor click softly. Click, click, click. The realization comes to you, like a picture, a puzzle coming together. His name is Roel Courtinaire. The dead man's name is Ellis Courtinaire. He's brothers with the deceased. No, probably foster brothers. Ellis was put into a foster home, remember? And then he bellows, "For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer, you're all sentenced to death by lead." So we're not to say facts about Lely. We're to try and get this guy to say facts. Courtinaire, I know that name. He sways from left to right, inspecting you. Raoul and Ellis Courtinaire. Look, I'm gonna look him in the eye and say, "I'm sorry about your brother, Raoul." "He wasn't my fucking brother. We grew up in the same farm and got beaten to this place by the same sick fuck. And then went to the same military academy, the same unit, and the same war. Same fucking mud hut town too." He looks around and wipes his face with his armored glove. Okay, good. Listen, you're Lely. No, don't say everyone said good things about him. Bana Ital, 41. That really happened, didn't it? Our colonel did what he had to do. It was a one cut or a hunt or hundreds of them. Rude here. He points to him. In your shit pipes, right? Indecipherable mumbling. Who likes to fire mortars at random coordinates? Wipe out mud huts like that. When he gets bored, Lely knew how to command. He was a good commander. I can see you miss him. Oh yeah, he would have commanded this fuckhill way better than I did. Well, that didn't happen because AC Bill and Kipsy the Kip here. He points to Titus and Eugene. Fucking murdered him. Had him stink the whole village up for 2 weeks after. You fucks did nothing. He points at you. Listen, man, we told you we... Hold us what? He staggers forward. What did you say? Who said that? Tattoo fuck, you'll die first. His parents left him in a fucking leaf compactor. Who? Lily? Yeah, when he was small. Just an infant. We researched him. We contacted the ICP and looked at his birth records. It was in there, and other things. They fucking put Lily in a leaf compactor and these cunts finished the job. He waves at the gang huddled by the doors. It's a mindfuck, Corty. He wasn't put it in a leaf compactor. They're making it up to fuck with us. She glances at him. Major, permission to. Open fire. We can't have that. Interfere now. Listen, you're Lely. Everyone says good things about it. Wait. Interfere now. Let's conclude. Your brother did not deserve to go out like that. I promise I will find his killer. Find his killer, cop. His killer stands right there. He waves at the men behind you, shitting in his pants, and you're standing in the way protecting them. I know what this tactic is. Silo Sam. He stares at you, eyes pink from the alcohol, fingers tapping the pistol. You're gonna die for them right here, today. Big talk, but that leaf compactor won't leave his mind anytime soon. It's a small thing, but it got him off center. We know about Downwell, so we can think of an argument. Let's go for that. Alright, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Krenno would never sanction this. Who is the commanding officer? Take your pick. Really, none of this looks like it's going to do anything but piss him off. You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely. You were called Downwell once. What happened? What always happens when you get good at your job. That name meant night raids, fucking extrajudicial funky time. Burned villages, shit that sounds bad on the radio. The same thing happened when we were called whatever the fuck it was. Probably won't be called Krenno for much longer either. He looks around. Not after this shit. Alright, it's not much. But he's thinking about something else. And his hand is off the gun. This did something. You're all drunk. Look at yourselves. Yeah, so what? Al Ghul is a trick the desert pygmies played on us. Do not succumb to it. No, I don't think that's time for this. Your judgment is impaired. You'll regret this. Nah, he wipes sweat from his brow. I'm clear as day. Fucking government-ordained super soldier. Enough already. What is this? The woman's voice is furious. We didn't come here to fucking chat. Interrupt me again, and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal. The outburst is accompanied by yellowish saliva around his mouth. The Wild Pines rep did not approve of this. Does not approve of this. I don't care what the company cunt thinks, he laughs. It's a hollow laughter. He isn't just boasting, he really doesn't care. Back out of this now or it'll get bad. Okay, let me just say one thing. Fucking waste this fuck, the woman squawks. Why did I not find my lost gun? What was that, loincloth? I can't hear you. Sounds like you got your mouth full of dick, Rud. Shit, this is it. Tell him anything. Tell me you have more information. Kill me and I'll never find out who killed your colonel. I've been withholding information. Rud. The man looks to his right. Kill him. The porcelain man raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His hands are steady. The long barrel of his rifle sways slowly. An Ister AR-FA-7, built for taking out light armored vehicles. It will devastate you. Where... Okay, Kim. Where is Kim? From the corner of your eye, you see the lieutenant raise his pistol and aim at a root. He's trying to find a straight line of sight before the rifleman can take you out. It's not easy. He has 0.6 seconds to do it. He won't make it. You're on your own. Blink. Think. You stare down the barrel of the gun. You see Rud's mask behind it. His eye in the slit of the helmet, like a camera lens focusing on you. 0.4 seconds remain. There are 6 little black dots on the tip of the barrel, like a honeycomb. This is a knock cannon. It shoots 6 rounds in the pool of one pull of the trigger. God, you're so frail. Too frail to think further. Time is running out. Dodge the shot. No! We're not dead. We're alive. The shot rings and you stumble. Something violently tugs at your shoulder, pulling you backwards with incredible force. A volcano of burning pain erupts from your left shoulder. Lieutenant aims, face pale. Without tremble, he quietly utters, God, please. He's aiming for the eye slot in Rudd's helmet, an extremely difficult shot. He has to. The rifleman will fire at you again. Then 2 shots ring at once and you hear a scream, but you're too hurt to see who got hit. Oh, that person... Kim, did he hit the rifleman? Blood gushes from the helmet's eye sockets as Rudd staggers back, disorientated. The sounds coming from his helmet are not human. An unbelievable shot from the lieutenant. Who screamed? Glenn. Dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers. Oh God, watch out! You see 2 cold eyes looking at you through all the smoke and panic. And a pistol raised, aiming at your chest. Point blank, the man squeezes the trigger. Look him in the eye. A look of happiness. His eyes seem unnaturally bright, shining like stars. Something in the fear must distort him somehow. He is evil, and the end. Here it comes. Death. Evade the shot. You can't. There's no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur as you recede into it. Listen through the darkness and the pain. The Hardy Boys are yelling. Someone is running, jumping over you. In the background you hear gunfire, shattered glass, and then a man in pain. It's a familiar sound. It's Titus. With a splat like meat, you hear bullets rip into him. His voice, still giving orders, grows fainter. A gurgle. He's not gonna make it. Touch my lower body. Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your consciousness takes everything you've got. What parts of me are missing? Most of what's down there. Oh god. It's all gone. Open your eyes now. You have to see what's happening. No. It's just a fear. Even if, who cares? No one wants you anyway. What do I see? Nothing. A persistent darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them like a hellish play. Out of it, a silhouette appears, crouching over you. You hear a familiar voice, filled with urgency and fear. You're bleeding out. There's a white shadow that smells like apricots. It's always there. Stay with me. You feel hot tears streaming from your eyes. It said I have a vast soul. Do I have a vast soul? Yes, keep talking. Lieutenant pushes down your wound hard. You hear me, stay awake. But you can't. It's so hard, your eyelids grow heavy, and the sound's ever more distant. A cold comes over you. Kim, too, is suddenly far away, almost gone, when suddenly you sense something behind him. A shadow, towering, someone stands there, raising his pistol at him. Lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands. Scream immediately. He's going to die. Lieutenant trusts you. Kim truly trusts you. No! Kim! Look out! Behind you! No! You scream. Behind you! From your bloody lips. Your eyes are full of fear. There's no room for hesitation. The lieutenant turns around and fires, his body falling on yours in the course of the motion. You hear a roar of pain, a death scream. The sound disappears like someone pressed stop on the tape. The hulking figure is gone, and so is Kim. The whole world fall into total darkness.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
No, let me back into the fight.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep, and rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth, drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his womb sleep.
He can't go, not before the case is solved. There's a radio in the distance, a radio of the world, playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon you will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call.
The engine of a Cuprous Kinema.
No, it was him. He is the infernal engine. Can't you see? He never stops. He only gets worse.
We're alive. You see Kim's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple from the pain. Kim. Sunrise Parabellum, the lieutenant says. He's in the middle of a freshly cleaned room, with the fan above his head like a halo. His face is covered in bruises. What happened? What happened? We tried to take the diplomatic route and hoped they wouldn't attack first. They did. The Major gave the command. What happened then? As retaliation, their rifleman shot you. He hit with his carbine. I was looking for a clear line of sight when I found it. He sounds a tiny bit sorry he did not find it before you got hit. I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive. There's a pause. This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on. Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo died before they made it to intensive care. Titus died in the hospital. Yesterday, Elaine and the young musician, I forget his name, they're all that's left. Titus is dead? Yes. You were bleeding out. I think you said something about your wife, and you warned me. I was able to disarm the Major before he got the jump on me. Thank you, although I was not able to kill him as I should have. Krenel took him. Lieutenant takes a cigarette from his coat pocket and lights it. A bitter smell fills the room. A stray bullet killed the Paul, though. That's what happened. Titus is dead? Yes, he pulls on his cigarette intently. I thought you only smoked one a day. This is the one. And the Major? Is in a private hospital across the river. Renault claimed him from the local butcher shop where Titus died. Turns out he's insured. We won't get to him anymore. The good news is he's not coming here either. I did some damage. How many casualties on the Union side total? 5. Len, Theo, Shanky, Angus. The fat one, he took a lot of bullets. There's a pause. And Titus. And that's all. He nods. Well, it's a total shit show, Kim. Yes, officer, he says calmly. 6 people are dead. It's not a success. But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The hornets did not get into the bee's hive. He rubs his swole chin. The worst scenario has not materialized. Yet. And he smiles. We're still alive, both of us. He did not expect you to both survive once you stepped between those two armies. The room, it's clean. Mr. Carty cleaned it. It took him an entire day. How long have I been out? 2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take a Dramamine and curse. Oh, and drink water. Did you say sunrise? What did you say, sunrise? Sunrise parabellum, sunrise prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying. Is it war today? He looks out the window. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say. I think we may have held it off for now. He unzips his bomber jacket. Barely. Good. Yes, we have also completely failed, but that's okay. Ouch. It's not ouch time yet. You just got a Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off. Dramamine. Then it's not that bad. Neither surgical nor organ damage bad, but it's still under the counter bad. How bad am I hurt? Pretty bad, officer. You've suffered 2 wounds. The first is below your shoulder. The bullet passed through your shoulder blade, luckily missing your lung and heart. The second shot hit you in the thigh, the left quadriceps. He points to your leg. No major arteries were nicked, but the bullet had to be removed. A bacterial infection was treated with mercurochrome. Can I walk? We will see. Has anyone from my station been to see me? No. A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armoured motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. John Vicquemar is his name. The asphalt vanishes under the wheels of the machine. Ahead, harbour cranes rise to the sky. I'm back to that shithole, he says. Really? I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site. Odd, you haven't seen any, have you? There's a pause. I'm sure they're worried about you. That means he hasn't seen them around while you were out. They're not really worried about you. If they were, wouldn't they be here? If they're so worried about me, where are they? I don't know. That's between you and them, he thinks. If not my station, then who treated me? I did. Thank you. No need. Are you hurt? Oh, not very. He rubs his chin. I have a concussion from the major beating me with the butt of his gun. I try not to move too much. Things would be much worse if you didn't warn me. There's a pause. Thank you. I did not see him coming. Stupid of me. Okay. Let's try and get up. We're trying. We've succeeded. Easy now. Lieutenant turns double again before your eyes, an orange hue of pain. How are you? Well, my disco days are done. Your disco days should have been done quite a while back, officer. What happens now, Kim? I honestly don't know. You don't know? We can't talk to Everard. The harbour is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now, and Joyce is left too. Joyce is gone? Yes, she left yesterday morning to meet the board of wild pines, or that is what I've heard. There is a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Cramnell from sending in a death squad. He looks out the window. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her, and either way, Ruby's gone, and Lachey, well, at least she's safely locked away. Do you think she could be of more use to us? Locked up, no. She would be more use to us free, honestly, but it was the right thing to do. Who did it then, Kim? Who killed the hanged man? I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. His voice is calm, matter-of-factly. The fucking May bells, Kim. The flowers. What? They were on the roof. I did not catch them. Fucking butterfingers. Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to catch everything. He's wrong. No, Kim, every piece of garbage in the city is connected to the case. Okay. He concedes, clearly not meaning it. What about the hole in the wall? Someone was checking her out. I don't know. He rubs his neck. That's been there for years. The goddamn footprints. Yes, he says. God curse the footprints, not solving the case for us. Oh, diable. There are all these old bunkers and weapon caches, Revolutionary era. We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them. But they seem so mysterious. I can't believe they're fucking useless. No need to be melodramatic. You know what I think about solving crimes? He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead. Well, solving crimes is hard. Sometimes it is very hard. He sounds surprisingly weary. Well, you're not ready to give up, are you? No. There's a short pause. Are you ready to limp? I'm ready. Good. There's a pause. Where do you want to limp? Ballistics. In Lachey's room. Do it properly. We should check Mrs. Katerzine Alacier's room upstairs. Why not? He extinguishes the cigarette on the sole of his boot. Another look at the window, perhaps. The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better. We're still going? Newly replaced glass shining in the morning light. You hear traffic outside. Back to the world again. The stereo 8 player has been reunited with its right speaker. You see gleaming white enamel. No bottles inside. Look, the door is open. You can walk right into Kim's room. First of all, we gotta look at this. The bathroom mirror has been wiped completely clean. You see the reflection of your face in the mirror, such as it is. A regular, clean-shaven police officer. The alarm is set for 6:50 AM. Medicinal supplies on the cupboard. Mercurochrome, a scalpel, antibiotics. These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You can make out notes on this and other recent cases. I had Gardy open the door to your room. He closes the notes. You were running a low bacterial fever last night. Thank you for keeping this thing alive a little longer. It would have been easy were it not for my concussion. We were both got lucky, considering the odds we faced. There's a pause. Let's go. Right. I think we have to walk out this way. Okay. Well, what's this? Ouch, that leg hurts. Maybe if you don't run, it'll be okay? We'll hobble, I guess. Is there anything else in here? No, we've already been there. Let's go upstairs. Okay, it's weird, because the game feels like we just reached the conclusion, but we're still going. Okay. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. The glass is pristine and utterly silent. We need to do ballistics on this, understand where the shot came from once and for all. I got shot, angry. You heard what happened. Visual calculus. The golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed. What position are they in? Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of the March 4th, and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside entering his brain. Where does it come from? From the roof outside. Location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shard faces inwards like a corona behind the woman's back. Let's look at point A, the roof. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all from the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is a composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points. Shouldn't there be gun residue outside? There could have been. The rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago. So I'm what, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from? 72%. With a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies. Could the shot have come from inside the room, a closer point? Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, detective. Are there any arguments against A prime, the roof? None that you've found thus far. That doesn't mean there aren't any. Could there have been another point of origin further away? That's a 28% yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. We should extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez. Let's do that. According to your map of the district, the shot could have come from a wide angle of location, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. More precisely? B for boardwalk, B for Land's End, B1 for boardwalk, B2 for Land's End, B3 for the islet, detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on. Let's have a look at the boardwalk. 700 meters away, the likeliest of the B locations, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take the wind direction into account. B2, Land's End. 1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of the positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched. Point 3, the islet. 1 kilometer away, a point between the docks on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window between the Rue de Saint-Ghislain 8B and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable, but it is a possibility. What is the point of origin, damn it? It's not the roof, and had it come from the coast, you would have probably stumbled upon it when you were running around over there. This leaves the island in the bay. I think the shot may have come from the islet. He nods. It's not impossible. There is a narrow opening between the commercial area and the collapsed tenement north of it. There are ruins on the islet, a sunken sea fort. I saw it through the coin-operated viewer. I remember. He looks out the window and onto the bay. This is also one of the few places in Martinez we haven't been to. So it is. For a second he seems tired. You seem unenthusiastic. I just haven't got a lot of sleep in these past few days. He doesn't really believe this will yield anything. Maybe we need to go to the island. Lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance across the water. He is trying to justify it to himself. The lead is flimsy. You might as well go around Martinez looking under every rock and talking to every person, but what else is there? There, across the grey water, amidst crumbling concrete, a birch tree, and the half-sunken ruins of a flak tower. I remember an anti-aircraft gun, or the ruins of one on the island, from the coin-operated viewer. Could be the makings of a sniper's nest, he nods. Why not? Military fortifications are made for just that kind of thing. I don't have anything to say. This is just something we have to do, Kim. I understand. What else is there? Not a lot, no. I'm going to the island. Are you in? Of course, he nods. Of course I'm in. He takes a second to gather himself, then says, how do we get there? Joyce Meyer had her sloop, but she's gone. Liliane, a net picker. She's tarring her boat. Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go. Let's inspect the ghostly figures. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization. Blink. So there's more to this. Okay. I've been thinking. We're gonna follow through with this investigation. But we are gonna go back to before we hit the pale emitter. And we're gonna do some more exploration before then, after we get to the end of the game. That's what we're gonna do. Because I think I want to see how it plays out if you do it differently. But for now, I'm gonna end the episode there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.